This is the scariest film of 2024, according to the film critics. A clairvoyant FBI agent on a hunt for a serial killer. The catch: the killer has absolutely no trace of him at any crime scene, except for a sign note. Longlegs is the most anticipated horror film of 2024, and now it is breaking records and expectations. But everyone has only one question in their minds. Is Longlegs based on a real story? The answer is yes and no. Following up to the film release, we saw many interesting things about the film, like this website, thebirthdaymurders.net. The website detailed a 2-decade-long murder-suicide spree with more than a dozen victims. Not just that, they detail and provide very accurate images of the crime scene. As real and horrifying as this website looks, it is not real, but a clever marketing strategy from the filmmakers. In an interview, the director Perkins did mention one direct influence for the movie: the tragic death of the child star JonBenét Ramsey. How? For those of you who have watched the film, remember the dolls that Longlegs crafted with his satanic powers? These dolls acted as Satan's placeholder, possessing the father and leading to the death of the family. And did you know JonBenét Ramsey got a Christmas present days before she died? A life-size replica of her, just like in the movie. And here's the shocking part: when her body was discovered in the basement 15 feet from where she was killed. That's the direct influence from the real world. Not just that, in the film, the father is the perpetrator of the crime. Just like how Ramsey's father and mother were initially named suspects based on probable cause. In the interview, Perkins says, the murder took place approaching Christmas, and one present that the parents had gotten for JonBenét was a life-size replica doll of herself, wearing one of her pageant dresses. It was in a cardboard box in the basement, 15 feet from where she was killed, and there was something so insane about that, I'd cataloged it away. And the similarities don't just end there. Listen to this: an FBI agent on the hunt for a difficult-to-catch serial killer while navigating for own personal life. Doesn't that sound very similar? Like the only Oscar-winning horror film, Silence of the Lambs? Much like Clarice, Lee Harker is also tasked with tracking down a sinister serial killer responsible for the murders of multiple families. The only difference is this serial killer is a Satan-worshipping occultist. And Longlegs leaves creepy notes on a birthday card at every crime scene. Here's the shocking part: the card is covered in strange symbols and secret codes. And this reminded a lot of netizens of the infamous Zodiac Killer, another twisted killer who loved leaving cryptic messages at every crime scene. Which, fun fact, even the detectives in the movie compared to. Now that's a multiverse. And here's another thing that makes the movie feel terrifyingly real, is that it takes place in the 1990s. The 1990s is a time in history when everyone was freaked out by the idea of Satan taking over the world. This real-life fear had a name too. It was called the Satanic Panic, and this influence is clearly inspired parts of the film, making it feel oddly real. Now for the movie, many are calling it the scariest film of 2024, and the climax has so much to do with it. As the movie reaches its climax, the tension breaks a barrier. Agent Lee Harker, using her clairvoyant abilities, finally gets closer to catching Longlegs. When Longlegs is finally arrested, he violently kills himself, banging his head against the metal table. His life, leaving behind more questions than answers. His death, much like his life, remains a mystery. So, is Longlegs based on real events? Well, the movie cleverly uses many real-life elements, from JonBenét Ramsey to the Zodiac Killer, but it is a fictional film. It brilliantly weaves together elements from true crime cases, satanic rituals, and historical events, making it feel like it has to be based on a real story. What do you think? Could there be any truth in this fictional horror story? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Unexplained for more scary content. Until next time, stay curious and keep questioning.